Hey, good people. It is Chanel. How are you guys doing today? I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that I go ahead and I share. But I'm super excited. I got my IG family, my Oasis family. I hope that you guys are doing amazing today. I got my Facebook family. I hope that you guys are doing amazing today. We are live. So here's what I need y'all to do. I need you to share. If you are watching as you come on, I need you to go ahead and do me a favor and make sure that you share with everybody and let them know that we are in the building. I'm sharing on my end. Making sure everybody sees it. I'm making sure I share to my groups because listen, we're not leaving nobody out tonight. We're not leaving anybody out tonight. But how are you guys doing? As you come in, let me know how you're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I share with everybody. Make sure I share with everybody. All right, I think I hit everybody. I think I hit all the groups. I think I hit all the people. Listen, if you are watching live with me, do me a favor and just give me a hey, give me a heads up. Let me know that you are watching with me. Let me know where you're watching from. Go ahead and tag some people. Let them know that we are on live. Talk back to me. Y'all know how I do. When I do these things, I'm not just talking to myself. We're going to have some conversation tonight. We are going to talk tonight. So if you are watching with me, go ahead, give me a hey. I see I got a couple of people. I see y'all in the building. See a couple of people on Instagram. I'm just making sure that I'm sharing and hey sis, I cannot wait. Listen, I got one of my panelists on Instagram right now, Miss Mayoki Saint Florent. I'm super excited. She is going to be one of my panelists for the conference, and it's going to be awesome, y'all. It's going to be awesome. So if you have not, listen, we'll get to that later, but I just don't understand why you have not signed up for this conference yet because it's just going to be amazing. Like, it is going to be absolutely amazing. But listen, we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm just giving a second to make sure people come in. Go ahead. What I need y'all to do, I need y'all to tag people right now. Tag them on Instagram. Tag them on IG. Tag them on Facebook. Like, well, Instagram and IG is the same thing, right? Tag them. Listen, because I need people in the building. And listen, if you're going to be watching a replay, do me a favor and just hit replay later to let me know that you are with me and that you are watching. But listen, I'm going to jump in here. I know that some people will jump on later. I know that some people will catch the replay, whatever it is. But I just want to jump in. First of all, I want to say welcome to episode 1 of Selfish Talk with Chanel. Come on, y'all. Clap it up. Clap it up with me. This is episode 1 of Selfish Talk with Chanel. And I'm just super excited to be here. Listen, as y'all know, a theme for me for this year is going to be self-care. So we are going to live out this theme of self-care, and we are going to be having all kinds of conversations as it pertains to self-care. Listen, y'all, I see some people is watching. I need y'all to drop in the comments. Let me know that you're watching. I want to talk to my people. But that is the theme for this year. We're going to be talking selfish. We are going to be getting selfish all the rest of this year. Especially for you ladies. And so I'm super excited to be able to start this series, Selfish Talk. And it's not going to just be myself. I'm going to be bringing on speakers from different aspects, mental health speakers, advocates, you name it. We're going to bring them on and we're going to be having these conversations together because it is time. Hi, Aisha. Thank you for joining me. It's time that we have some selfish talk. And if y'all remember a while ago, I was coming on every other week and I was doing my Wednesday lives and I kind of fell off from it. And I had people saying, listen, we're going to get back to them. So you're right. I miss y'all. I miss having these conversations with y'all. So guess what, y'all? I'm back like I never left. Okay. I am back like I never left. And so we are going to be having conversations about all things mental health, all things wellness, getting our life together. And if anybody knows me, you know that I plays no games When it comes to this stuff, Chanel plays no games. We're going to talk real. Hey, Ashley, we're going to talk raw. We're going to talk about the real stuff. We're not going to be around here mincing words and acting like, that we all don't deal with some form of mental health and we all need to get our lives, okay? So we're going to have some real conversations. We're going to have some raw conversations. We're going to have some candid conversations. Matter of fact, if there's certain topics that you guys would love for me to bring to Selfish Talk, listen, DM me. Go ahead and drop them in the comments now. If you're on IG, if you're on Facebook, drop it in the comments. What are some good topic suggestions that y'all will want me to bring to Selfish Talk, right, as we unfold this series? I'm super excited about, and we're going to stretch this thing out as long as this series take. We're going to stretch it out. And so today, for episode 1, I want to talk about the idea of what is self-care anyway. Right? What is self-care anyway? As a matter of fact, if you're watching, go ahead and drop in the comments for me. Let me know what your thought and your idea of self-care is, right? If you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram, just go ahead and what is self-care? When you think of self-care, what does that mean for you, right? What I have found in this journey is that self-care means a whole lot of things to a whole lot of people, right? Self-care means so many different things to so many people, so many different people. So what I want to hear is I want to hear from y'all, and I want to hear from your perspective. What is self-care? What does self-care mean to you, right? For some people, self-care is, relaxation. It's bubble baths, is getting your hair and nails done. For some people, self-care is, making sure that my body is healthy. I'm drinking my water and minding my business, which, by the way, I wish more people would drink their water and mind their business. But that's a whole other topic. We're not going to get into that right now. But a whole lot of people, come on, y'all. Don't be shy now. Y'all know who I am. If you know somebody that needs to drink their water and mind their business, I need you to drop a water in the comments. Come on now, drop a water in the comments. You may be the person who needs to drink your water and mind your business. And if that is you, that is okay too. We just want to remind you that we are in a season of drinking your water and minding your business, right? That is self-care for some people, right? So on Instagram, I got self-care for me is inner healing. I love that. I love that. Self-care is inner healing, right? I love that. Self-care is not just about the things that we do on the outside to make ourselves feel better, but self-care being an inner healing journey. 100%. I see y'all dropping y'all water, right? Because some people need to drink their water and mind their business. But when I talk about self-care, and this is a topic I talk about all the time, especially with clients, and oftentimes when I'm talking about self-care with clients, right, everyone defers to, well, I go get my hair done, I go get my feet done, I go get my nails done, or whatever the case may be, right? Everybody defers to those things. But my question is that really self-care, or is that maintenance? Right? Those things can be self-care depending on the frame of mind and the intentionality that you put behind it. The scary part about when people defer to those things as being self-care for me is that you are depending on your self-care and being all of the external things. And so then my question becomes, what happens when all of the external things become removed? Oh, come on, y'all. I'm going somewhere. I'm going to try not to preach tonight, but y'all know me. What happens if you relegate your self-care to getting your hair done? If you relegate your self-care to getting your nails done, to getting your feet done? What happens when those external things remove? And see, that was part of the big issue that we faced during the pandemic, right? Because what happened was a lot of people relegated their self-care to just going to the spa, to, getting the spa treatments or whatever, getting my hair done, getting my nails done, whatever, and relegated your self-care to that. But when the world shut down and the salons had to shut down, and when the spas had to shut down, and you found yourself just sitting in your living room and you no longer had access to those things, what happened was you found that a lot of people found out that their self-care tanked. But what we were really finding is that you were never really engaging in self-care in the first place. You were engaging in maintenance. Oh, come on, somebody. Somebody drop in the comments. That's not self-care, that's maintenance. Go ahead, y'all. That's not self-care, that's maintenance. I see Tamara said in the season is just plain rest because I'm always on the go and clearing my mind because I'm always in help mode. Absolutely. Just plain rest. But I need somebody to drop that in my comments. That wasn't self-care, that was maintenance. That was maintenance. And so what happened was during the pandemic, and what we're finding afterwards, people have had to then learn how to redefine what self-care actually is, right? So many of us then had to go on a journey to redefine, okay, so if I can no longer go to the salon, if I can no longer go to the spa, then does that mean I can't engage in self-care? Right? And for so many people, that's exactly what they did. They stopped engaging in self-care because they no longer had access to those external things. But as Mayoki said on Instagram, when we allow our self-care to be a focus of inner healing and understanding that it's not just about, this is my saying. This is my saying. I say, y'all gonna hear me say this a million times. Y'all gonna see this on t-shirts. Y'all are gonna hear me say this at the conference. I'm gonna say this a million times and I'm never gonna stop saying it. Self-care is not a binge event. Self-care is a lifestyle. Sit on that for a moment. Self-care is not a binge event. Self-care is a lifestyle. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is when we binge, right? You think about binge watching. You sit down for that weekend and you binge watch that show. You binge watch that show. You watch all the episodes at once, and then the show is over. You get up and then, oh, I didn't binge watch the whole show. I didn't allow the show to drag out over the course of whatever. And so now I've gorged, and now it's over. And then it's like, oh, now I don't have any self-care. I don't have self-care until I find that next Netflix show and that I can binge and gorge until that show is over. And so many of us, that's what we're doing with our self-care. We're binging. Right? We find that one time, we find that one or two times, and what we do is we'll go, I'm gonna make a whole weekend event. I'm gonna go to the spa this weekend, and I'm gonna get my hair done, and I'm gonna get my nails done. Oh, I'm gonna have a good weekend, and then that's it. And you don't have another weekend like that for 6 months. Oh, come on, y'all. Who am I? I know I'm not talking to myself. You do all of that, and you don't have another one of those weekends for 6 months. And then what happens is now you're burning out. Now I'm tired. Now I'm burnt out. I don't got no time for myself or any of that. When truth of the matter is, that's because you're treating your self-care as though it's a binge event and you're not allowing self-care to be your lifestyle. When you transition from allowing self-care to be a binge event for a lifestyle, you will never be in a place where you need a vacation. Oh, this is good. This is good. You will never be in a place where you need a vacation. You vacation because you want to. You'll never be in a place where it's like, oh my God, I need a day off. Oh, I can't wait to this job vacation or whatever. You'll be in a position and you'll be in a place where you do those things because you want to. But so many of us are just binging. We are literally crawling to our next rest. This is how some of y'all look. You're doing the army crawl to your next moment of rest. Your army crawling to the next moment of rest because you have not prioritized you. When we talk about self-care, y'all, at the end of the day, with all of the definitions, with all of the cute sayings I can throw out there, what self-care boils down to is you prioritizing you. Somebody drop it in the comments. I'm prioritizing me. Come on, y'all. If you're watching right now, if you're watching a replay later, I want to see y'all say it. I'm prioritizing me. The true definition of self-care is to prioritize you. And when I talk about you, I mean all of you. I mean the whole of you. I mean every aspect of you. I mean that thing that makes up all of who you are. I'm not just talking about your outer appearance, right? I'm not just talking about you going to the gym. I'm not just talking about you eating healthy. I'm talking about your finances, baby. How's your finances looking? I'm talking about your social relationships. How are your social relationships looking? Or do you even have a social life? Come on, y'all. Do you even have a social life? How's your emotional health looking? Are you taking care of your emotional health? Come on, y'all. Listen, all of it. How's your occupational health, right? Because occupational health is a thing. Are you fulfilled in your job? Do you feel like you're fulfilled in life and you're doing things that bring you meaning and that you're happy about? Or do you hate what you do and you're dragging yourself day to day going to this dead-end job, right? All of these things comprise of your self-care. You are not just mind, body, spirit. There is yes, mind, body, spirit is a major part of who you are, but there is so much more to who you are. And our issue is when we approach self-care, we don't approach self-care from a fullness. We only approach self-care in the see, now the Holy Spirit on me now, y'all. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I feel it now. I feel my help coming now. You only focus on the parts of you that give you the instant gratification. I need somebody to sit in that for a minute. Selah. The reason why we binge self-care is because you're so used to operating at a deficit. You are desperate for some instant gratification so you can feel something. Oh my gosh, this is so... I'm going to drink my water for a second because this is good. I just blessed myself on that. That was fresh from heaven. That was fresh from heaven. That's so good. You are focusing on binging and just focusing, well, if I can get my hair done, if I can get my nails done or whatever, because you're trying to grab onto any temporary thing that you can grab onto so that you can feel good for 2 seconds. And so if I get my hair done, you know, when I walk out of that chair, at least for the next day or two, I know I'm looking good. So that helps me to feel good for 2 seconds, right? When I get my nails done, don't look at my nails, y'all. We're not going to talk about Chanel's nails right now. We're talking about y'all, right? And so if I get my nails done, you know, once I get my nails done, then, you know, I can look down at my nails, you know, for at least a week and I feel fly, whatever. If my feet is done or whatever the case is, we are holding on and we are trying to grasping for straws, holding on to things that are only bringing us temporary gratification because you're so used to operating at a deficit. You're so used to being tired. You're so used to not having enough rest. You're so used to not having a space to focus on yourself. You're so used to not being able to prioritize you. You are so used to all of these things. And so when you get an opportunity to do something that's even remotely self-care related, you run to the thing that's going to give you the instant gratification. Unfortunately, the things that's going to give you instant gratification are not the things that are going to last, right? Like, listen, when I get my hair done, then I go to the gym, that's it. I get my nails done. Eventually, these things gonna grow out. They're gonna pop off or whatever. And then what I have to do, I have to keep binging. I have to keep running. I have to keep keeping up with it. When truth of the matter is, when you prioritize you and you take care of all of you, you take care of the whole of who you are. You have that already on the inside of you, so you live a satisfied and fulfilled life at all times. Come on, somebody. Am I talking to myself right now? Y'all are not talking back to me. When I focus on that inner healing aspect, when I focus on prioritizing me, what I am doing is I am letting myself know that I am important and what concerns me is important. Me having fulfillment in my career is important. Me having my finances together is important. Me having social relationships is important. Me making sure I'm safe in the environments that I occupy is important. Me making sure that my mental and emotional health together is important. Me making sure that physically I'm well and I'm not sick is important. Me making sure that spiritually I'm on point, it's important. When we look at all these aspects and we work to make sure that we satisfy and we prioritize all of these aspects for ourselves, listen, getting my hair done is just a bonus. Those things that I do for temporary gratification are just a bonus, and it highlights what's already going on the inside of me rather than it being the highlight. Did y'all catch that? Come on, y'all. Then when I do those things on the outward appearance, trying to get when I try to get the massage, when I go to the spa, when I go have fun or whatever the case is, now those things are just highlighting what's already going on in the inside of me, and I don't have to make that the highlight. And what happens is oftentimes those things become the highlight because you haven't highlighted what's going on the inside of you. And so we got self-care all wrong, y'all. We got self-care all wrong. And here's the thing, self-care is such a buzzword. It's a buzzword. It's a buzzword. I'm going to say it again. It's a buzzword. Self-care is a buzzword. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody talking about self-care, self-care, self-care. And listen, I'm all for it. As you can see, I'm doing a whole conference called Selfish based on self-care. I'm all for it. But my thing is this: don't just allow things to be buzzwords. We got to talk about what these things really mean. I don't want to just be out here throwing stuff out because it's the thing of the moment, and we're not really operating according to the real context and the real meaning of what the thing is. If we are going to do this, we have to do this in a real context and meaning of what self-care really is. And if right now all you do for self-care is go to the spa and get your hair and your nails done or whatever it is that you want to call it, you are missing a mark, baby girl. You're missing the mark because there's so much more to you. Come on, there is so much more to your life. Are you fulfilled in your friendships? Do you have good social relationships? Do you have good social relationships? Like, what is your life? Like, I want everybody to sit down right now. We're gonna do a quick test. You can share in the comments or you cannot. Matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna have you do. Take a second and I want you to think. Can I say that I'm living a fulfilled life? Think about all areas of your life. Can I say I living a fulfilled life? If your answer is yes, drop a 1 in the comments. If your answer is I got some work to do, I want you to drop a 2 in the comments. If your answer is yes, drop a 1 in the comments. If your answer is I have work to do, drop a 2 in the comments. Think about it. Yeah. Most of us will be dropping 2s right now. Because if we're really thinking about it, yeah, I see you. I see you on Instagram. I see the 2s. Amen. I praise God. I see somebody who dropped a 1, and I praise God for that. But here's the thing. Here's what I know. She didn't get to that point without doing some work. There was some work that came along with that, y'all. There's some work to get into the point where I could say that I'm truly living a fulfilled life. There's some hard work. There's some breaking down. There's some aspects about, and listen, what we like to do is, especially when we talk about self-care, we like to do, everybody just is demanding of my time, and I got to be there for the kids, and I got to be there for my husband, and I got to be there for this one, and that one. It's your fault. Fight me. It's your fault. It's your fault because we prioritize what's important to us. You make time for what's important to you. You have time to scroll Facebook, right? You got time to be on TikTok and scroll Instagram and resharing the videos and all of that, right? You make time for what's important to you, period. So and honestly, it's your fault. It's your fault. If you are not living a fulfilled life, it's your fault. It's not your husband's fault. It's not your children's fault. It's not your pastor's fault. It's not the school's fault. And listen, I am preaching to the choir, okay? Because I am in a process and a place of transition and making sure that I'm prioritizing me. And what I realize is that it's my fault. I can't blame other people and say, oh my God, I'm so overworked and I'm doing too much or whatever, when the time that I do have, I'm not biding my time well. It's my fault. I can't say, oh my God, everybody is pulling on me and I just ain't got no time for myself. If I didn't set a boundary, that's my fault. People are going to do what you allow them to do. You teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you. People don't just wake up one day and they know how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you. When you set a boundary, people will have no choice but to follow the boundary. But you haven't set a boundary, and so you mad at them folk. Stop being mad at them folk. Turn that mirror around and look at yourself and say, okay, Chanel, it's your fault. And there's some work that you have to do, baby girl, because you haven't been on top of your game. It's your fault. If you have not been able to prioritize you, look in the mirror. Because guess what? When other people are prioritizing them, they don't think anything about it. And then we start doing stuff like, oh my God, but if I can't show up to every event, every single hour of the day, of everything, of every recital, of every whatever, people are going to be so mad at me and blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. The reality is there's only but so much you can do. And if you guilt yourself, oftentimes what happens, we're so worried about what other people are going to think, what other people are going to say, when the truth of the matter is it's you guilting yourself. You're guilting yourself. It's not them. Half of the time, they never even said nothing to you about it. And then we get so scared, like, oh my God, what are people going to think? That half the time, if you just tell somebody, yeah, no, I can't be there or whatever, they're going to move on with their life or whatever. They're not thinking nothing about it. But we think too deep about it. And then what happens, y'all? Come on, I'm about to go deep in here. It is self-sabotaging behavior. You not taking care of yourself is self-sabotaging behavior. You not prioritizing yourself is self-sabotaging behavior. You not tapping into your self-care is self-sabotaging behavior. You not setting boundaries is self-sabotaging behavior. The common denominator, come on, somebody, what's the common denominator? What's the one word that we keep going back to? Self. It's self. It's self. We got to stop blaming people and situations and instances and all of that stuff or whatever. And we have to turn this around and take care of ourselves. Listen, our mama loves us. Our daddy loves us. Our cousins love us. Our pastors love us. Our children's love us. All of them. They all love us. But at the end of the day, we got all these people saying, oh, I got your back and I'm rocking with you, whatever. And I praise God. I truly believe that I have a tribe of people who have my back, that I know if I need them, that they're there for me. But at the end of the day, who's responsible for this vessel? Me. At the end of the day, who's going to make things happen on my behalf? Me. At the end of the day, who's responsible for making sure that I'm well? Me. It's not their fault. It is not their responsibility. You, self is the common denominator. And so when we talk about self-care, self is the opportune word there. You got to jump on and you have to realize that it's time for you to take care of you. And it's time for you to get back to self-care in a real way and stop blaming everybody else. Time out for being in a season where, oh, well, everybody, no. You get yourself together. You align yourself, and everything around you will have to align. Everything around you will have to fall into place. When I start focusing on my self-care, when I decide, okay, I'm going to prioritize this, and I'm going to set certain days to do this, or whatever the case is, what happens is it forces everything around me to get into alignment. My husband knows, babe, don't expect me home during the week until 9 o'clock because I'm going to stay. Once I'm done with clients, I want to stay at the office and I want to try to get some work done, right? Like there's certain things. I can tell y'all my journey. Listen, I was headed towards burnout. I was on a Mack truck headed towards burnout. Between school, studying for a doctorate ain't no joke, y'all. And I tried to quit. But it wouldn't quit me, so I couldn't quit. I'll tell y'all that story another day. Or how I tried to get school to quit me. And everything happened to prevent it from quitting me. That's a whole other day. And so what I realized was a while ago, I stopped seeing clients on Friday. So this is my journey. I stopped seeing clients on Fridays because I was just like, Friday would be my day, right? Depending on what was going on, they may have been events on Saturdays or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm going to make Friday my day. What happened was Friday stopped becoming my day, and I started to fill it with all of this stuff because it was a free day. So I can have all these meetings and I can do all this stuff. And then I wasn't on top of my schedule. I had my schedule, but I wasn't following it. I wasn't getting work done. I was behind in so much and all of that. And so last week I decided I'm going to be intentional. And I had said maybe 2 weeks ago that what I want to do is complete everything I need to complete by Thursday night. Thursday night by 9 o'clock, everything. I have in-person classes now. Like my schedule is just crazy. So by Thursday night at 9 o'clock, I'm going to complete everything I want to complete. So come Friday, I can just veg out and completely just do me. And so last week I did that. I did everything I needed to do. I stayed on task, no matter how hard it was. If I had to stay up late, and I stayed on task, and I completed everything I needed to complete. It was literally Thursday, like 8:30, 9 o'clock or something like that or whatever. And I completed it. And so as of that time I'm talking about, I had the homework done. I had notes done. I had done the stuff for the bit. Like I'm telling y'all, I had it done. And so Friday, I literally vegged out all day. Like literally. Asked my husband. Like I was upstairs and I vegged out. Then I came downstairs to watch some TV, even though I was asleep, and I vegged out and I slept all day. And then Saturday came. I teach on Saturdays. I taught my class on Saturday. And then because I did everything I have to do, I didn't have anything else. So the rest of Saturday, I got the veg out. Come Sunday for church, I had a long day in church on Sunday, and I have never been more refreshed in my life because I prioritized me and I stuck with my plan. Listen, it's a Monday at 8 o'clock and I'm refreshed. I got energy. And I'm not just saying this for just like, I'm literally not like, oh my God, I'm usually dragging tired. I'm refreshed because I made the decision that I was going to prioritize me and I was going to do something different, right? Because that's what I needed. Listen, for me, it was rest. And what I realized is, y'all know this. Come on now. Y'all know this. I done gained some weight. Come on, let's just be real. My hormones is all over the place. I went from this and that's a whole, we're going to talk about physical health in a whole nother live, right? We're going to cover all the things or whatever. But what I realized, I wasn't rested. So I wasn't meal prepping. I wasn't as committed to my gym routine, right? There were so many things. I was so tired. It's just like I'm dragging. So I'm just grabbing whatever. All of these things work together. All of these things work together. And so I'm eating junk. And so I'm spending money on frivolous things. And then I can't fit no clothes. So I got to buy more clothes. I got to spend more. Like all of these things work together. When you take care of all aspects of yourself, you will notice that all aspects of yourself will be taken care of. It all works together. When I get my mind right, my mind being right and me having a right mindset motivates me to get my physical health together. When my physical health is together, I'm not as tired, I'm not as sluggish and all of that stuff or whatever the case is. So I'm motivated to do more. I'm motivated to go out there. Then maybe I can have better social relationships because I'm going and I'm hanging out and I'm enjoying life. Listen, the Bible says the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Go out there and experience the fullness of the earth, y'all. Like experience the fullness of the earth and what God has given us. But so many of us, because we're not looking at the big picture, we're only focusing on one aspect of our self-care. We're focusing on the things that gives us the instant gratification in the moment. And you are dying on the vine. It's time to live, baby. It's time to prioritize you in this season. If you got nothing else from what I told you today, listen, I am prioritizing me. One more time. Come on, Instagram and Facebook. Drop that in the comments. I need everybody to drop that in the comments. I am prioritizing me. Come on, I want to see it. I want to see it. I am prioritizing me. Me, you. Prioritize you in this season. Why? Because you're worth it. Prioritize you in this season because there's only one of you. And if you go down, oh, come on. If you go down, think about it. Those of you who have children, who have husbands, who have families, or different things like that. If you don't prioritize you and you go down, what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, Tamara, I see you with your little profile picture. I see you, girl, with your little leather on. I see you, girl. We have to learn to prioritize us. Because when there's so many people who are depending on us, y'all. There's so many people that are depending on us. And we're trying to be everything to everybody. But the problem is you're limited in the resources that you have because you're tired, because you're burnt out, because you're running on fumes for yourself. And so they're not getting the best of you. Your children are not getting the best of you. Your spouse is not getting the best of you. They're not getting the best of you. And if you want them to get the best of you, that it's time to start prioritizing yourself. And so listen, that's what I have for y'all today. What is this self-care anyway? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not the outward things that we do. It is working on the whole person of you. If y'all heard of, I talk about it all the time. I want you to look up the 8 dimensions of wellness. Somebody drop that in the chat for me. 8 dimensions of wellness. 8 dimensions of wellness. I am so big on the 8 dimensions of wellness. And teaching people and being able to work on getting yourself together on the 8 dimensions of wellness. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pop it in the chat real quick. Let me see if I can pop it in the chat for you real quick. Let's see how this goes, y'all. I don't know if this is going to work. I want to try to outline. I want to try to outline them all for you so you can, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm about to pop it in the chat for you. The 8 mental dimensions of wellness. The 8 dimensions of wellness. We got your emotional well-being. We got your physical well-being. We got your occupational well-being. We got your social well-being. We got your spiritual well-being. We got your intellectual well-being. We got your environmental well-being. And we have your financial well-being. These are the 8 dimensions of wellness. When I get my emotion, my physical, my occupational, my social, my spiritual, my intellectual, my environment, and my finances together, when all of that is working together, then you are a well person. Until all of these dimensions are operating at its maximum capacity and you're making sure that you're paying attention to all of these areas. And listen, maybe we'll do a couple of lives and we'll go through each dimension and we'll talk about how to apply that. Would y'all enjoy that? If maybe we dedicate one live to each dimension and we talk about how does this dimension apply to my life and what I can do as far as my well-being. If that's something that y'all would want, drop a 1 in a comment if y'all think that that would be helpful for you. But I'm thinking that that may be something that we can do so that you will know real talk on how to apply that to your life, because that's what we want. So listen, y'all, that's what I have for you tonight. What is self-care anyway? We learned what it's not. I see some ones in the comments. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to set this thing up. But listen, as we're having this selfish talk, ladies, I'm sorry, gentlemen, but ladies, this time around, y'all know the Rhythm of Life Women's Wellness Conference 2024 is here. I am so excited. The Rhythm of Life Women's Wellness Conference 2024 is on Saturday, April 27th, 2024. And we are getting selfish this year. We're going to be talking about self-care. Listen, I can only offer y'all what I have, but I have some dynamic speakers and panelists who are coming, who are going to tear the stage up and it's going to get us right with this conference. Again, the conference on Saturday, April 27th, 2024. It is being held at Rowan College at Burlington County and Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and Vada Hall. If you are not registered, listen, y'all. Listen, and I know everybody says this about this stuff, and I'm not tooting my own horn. You need to register for this conference. I have some power pack dynamic speakers. Let me just run it down real quick. And listen, my speakers are going to be coming on. I'm setting up lives with them, so it's coming. But I have the Dr. Joy Morgan. If you know, you know. The Dr. Joy Morgan is our opening keynote speaker. She is going to open up the conference and she's going to be talking from the topic of selfish destiny. Somebody drop that in the chat for me real quick. She is talking from the topic of selfish destiny. She's going to be talking about this idea of our pursuit of destiny and how it has to be selfish, but we know that selfish is a self-care thing. So she's going to open us up and she's going to talk about selfish destiny. And then this year we also have a VIP luncheon. Listen, you can register regular. You're going to get an amazing experience. But there is also a VIP option. And the VIPs, you're going to get a swag bag, you're going to get a conference t-shirt, and there's going to be a special VIP luncheon that's going to be separate from the other lunch. And I have the Minister Keon Matchett, who's going to be keynoting our VIP luncheon, and she's going to be talking from the topic of selfish rest. Somebody drop that in the comments for me. She's going to be talking about selfish rest. Listen, y'all, that's going to be powerful right there. If you already registered for the conference, you need to go ahead and upgrade to VIP. And if you have not registered yet, you need to be VIP because you're going to want to hear what she has to say about selfish rest, the importance of us resting selfishly, right? And our means of self-care is going to be phenomenal. And then I have a panel of speakers. I have the Elder Brittany Smith, who's going to be moderating the panel that we're going to be talking about. Oh my gosh, who else? I have my wonderful illustrious cousin, Bria Great. She's going to be on the panel. Her story is stupid phenomenal. And when she talks about specifically, I'm going to have her talk about that realm of occupational wellness because she went through some things to finally get her to where she is. It's going to be amazing. Okay, it's just going to be amazing. And then I have the Dr. Sylvie Saintis. Y'all already know Dr. Syl the boss, however you want to call it. That is my girl. She's going to be one of our panelist. She's going to be talking about her journey and being a mom and getting her doctorate and all the things. Then I have the Miss Mayoki Saint Florent. Listen, that is my sister from another Mr. Literally, her dad is my dad. Like literally my sister from another Mr. And she is my sister from Seton Hall. We went to Seton Hall together. She's going to be coming and she's going to be talking about her wellness journey on the panel. It's just going to be phenomenal fire. And then to close out the conference will be none other than your favorite motivational speaker. That would be me, Chanel McCord, the CEO and clinical director of Oasis Wellness Group. Somebody make some noise. I'm hyping myself up. And I'm going to be talking about selfish living. I'm going to be talking about selfish living. So I'm going to wrap that thing up in a bow. And on selfish living, I'm going to be talking about what it means in selfish living. And then listen, we also have in the midst of the conference, we have self-care stations, y'all. There's going to be self-care stations. So we have like 4 designated self-care stations that's going to be on 15-minute rotation so that you're going to get the opportunity to engage in these self-care stations. It's going to be stupid. It's going to be so good. Then we have workshops. And then listen, y'all, almost forgot. I am releasing my first anthology, Girl Be Selfish. Learning to embrace your rhythm of self-care. Oh my gosh. And so at the conference, we are going to also be having a book launch for the Girl Be Selfish anthology. Listen, I had put out the call and I had asked for 20 authors. In the first week, I got 16. And then I got another one. So I'm now up to 17 authors. I'm so excited. This anthology is going to be phenomenal. We are going to have a book launch. We're going to have the authors come. The authors are going to have a little bit of time to talk about their chapters. Listen, let me just tell you some of the names of the chapters. One of the names of the chapters, one of the authors dropped on me. Her chapter is called Girl, Just Grieve. Listen. It's y'all. This conference is going to be phenomenal. We are working on trying to make it a fun experience, a relaxed experience. Listen, y'all. Listen to me, y'all. Listen, there are only 3 spots left for the anthology. Here's what I want y'all to know. This anthology is about to start a movement. We are launching the podcast, the Girl Be Selfish podcast off of the anthology. We are having the Girl Be Selfish Women's Virtual Summit in October. We are working on a book tour. Did I tell you I have authors from California? Okay. I have authors from Chicago. Okay. There's authors from all over the place. And we talked about, listen, we're going to try to do these mini book tours and we're going to take this thing on the road. Also, this is fresh off the press. I'm going to let y'all know. Hey, sis, I see you. I'm going to send you the information so that you can listen. You in there. No, you will actually be number 18 because I got number 17. So you will be number 18. But listen, this is fresh off the press. I haven't said this to a lot of people. So this is between me and y'all. I am being profiled in Forbes, Fortune, and Entrepreneur magazine. This is like one of the first times I'm saying that publicly, and I'm still like shocked when I say it. And so my authors who are part of this anthology, I've already had the interview for it, and I already talked about the anthology, and they're going to feature like the podcast and everything that comes out of it or whatever. So you're going to be mentioned as a contributing author in that. And some of you know that I am on WDAS iHeartRadio. I have a little segment that I do, and I'm going to be advertising this on it as well. So listen, this is not a wasted investment. This is not a wasted investment to be a part of this anthology. Like, this thing is going to be big. It's starting a whole movement. Somebody on my team, I'm not going to say her name, but there's a slave driver on my team. She's a Davenport. And she like, okay, you got to secure the web address for Girl Be Selfish, get all the social medias and all the things or whatever. That's how big this anthology is going to be. So listen, like I said, I already have 17 on the pot. There's 3 more spots, and it looks like my sis wants a spot. If you want the information, do me a favor and just drop in a comment slide deck. And I'm going to send you the slide deck. I'm going to send you the slide deck so you can see all, because the perks are stupid. Like, the perks are stupid, that what you're getting and being a part of this anthology. And if you want a spot, it's first come, first serve, right? And so Tisa went ahead and she dropped the link in the comments. The Girl Be Selfish. That is the page to sign up for it. But I will send you the slide deck. Sis, I see you. I'm gonna send you the link to the slide deck. And listen, y'all, if you haven't signed up for the conference, you need to be in a place. Listen, right now the prices are $99 for regular admission and $139 for VIP admission. On March 12th, those prices are going up. The prices are going up from 99 and it's going up for 130 now. Get in on the pricing now. Do not wait until the last minute, especially with VIP. With VIP, I have to cut it off at a certain point so we know how many we're preparing for so we can make that special for our VIPs. Don't wait to register for this conference. And I'm telling y'all, this conference is going to be off the hook. And I know it's so I'm hyped. I'm like hyped right now. I know it's so easy for me to say that because it's my conference or whatever. No, this is our conference, y'all. And it's going to be so good. And the speakers are going to be good. And if y'all know anything about me, when it comes to mental health and when it comes to mental wellness, I am bringing the fire. And I already told my speakers and my panelists, you better bring the fire too. We're not sitting here with no quiet talk, mamby-pamby. We is bringing the fire. We're going to be sitting all in your lap. We want to be all in your lap. You hear me? Listen, it's going to be good. Make sure you go to www.oasiswellnessgrp.org. You can click on RWell Conference and you can register. What's nice about it, when you register through the website, Afterpay is an option. Ta-da! When you register for the conference during the website, if you don't have all of the money right now, you can choose Afterpay as an option to pay for it. Listen, by hook or crook, whatever you got to do, put away $25 a week. I don't care what you have to do. Make sure you register for the conference because it's going to be fire. Do you hear me? It is going to be fire. Listen, y'all, wait till I start bringing my speakers on. When I start bringing my speakers on, they're going to give you little snippets of their sessions. They're going to give you little snippets of what they're talking about. It's going to be fire. We already have those dates in the works, so you stay tuned. But listen, make sure you register for the conference. I'm not just saying this. Don't miss this move. This is all about you, ladies. The venue is phenomenal. It's a nice venue. It's going to be on the, like I said, the Rowan College at Burlington County. Don't miss this. If you got to do Afterpay, go ahead and do Afterpay, but do what you got to do. Make sure in your building because prices go up as of March 12th. So don't miss this rate right here. All right, y'all. That's it. I'm done. I went 16 minutes over what I said I was going to do. I need to stop lying to myself and just say I'm going to do 45 minutes to an hour for these things because I can never keep them 30 minutes because I get hyped or whatever the case is. Then y'all start talking back to me and then it just becomes a whole big thing. But listen, I love y'all. Make sure that you stay tuned. We're going to be back with more selfish talk. We're going to have episode 2 coming to you next week. So stay tuned about that. Make sure you register for the conference. If you want to get more information about the anthology, like I said, there's only 3 spots left. Drop slide deck in the comments. We'll make sure we send that to you. Already got somebody interested. So listen, there may only be 2 spots left. I don't know. That's going to be up to y'all. But it's so good being with y'all. I hope that this was helpful for y'all. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if y'all enjoyed these live for us to just have some conversation. You know, I just had a thought. Maybe I'm going to bring some of my audience on so we can have like some real talk conversation. And oh, wouldn't it be dope if we did like some live wellness coaching? That would be dope. Okay, I'm gonna work that out. But I'm so excited. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll be back with you next week. Until then, stay selfish. Love y'all.